Franco, con lo scritto dentro è sbagliato.
The game in the cabal at large would expect you to feel hurt, downcast, angry, disillusioned. What are your feelings?
Well, I'm disappointed. I wouldn't say that I could be anything other than that. I was told the news on last Wednesday by Frank, and naturally I was very disappointed to hear the news.
Damon, some of the attitude to this decision that Frank's made almost seems to be that there's no life after Williams. Is that your attitude?
On reflection, it's maybe time I flew the nest. You know, I started there as a test driver and grown over these last 6 years, and I think that I have the opportunity now to explore other teams who I can bring my expertise to help develop a winning car.
Does it fire you up even more for Sunday?
I think there's extra motivation. There's always new twists and turns which provide extra motivation to win, but I don't need any more motivation. I've been motivated throughout the season to win races, and I think that the fact that I've won 7 of the last 13 races should speak for itself.
If not, would you quit?
I'm not a quitter, Ted.
I am extremely distressed for all sorts of reasons, one of which is that Damon is a personal friend of mine. The second is that I have to say I think he's been treated very badly by the team. If you think about what he's done in terms of being a test driver and developing the car, as I talk to you, he has won 20 Grand Prix and is likely to win the World Championship, and it seems a very poor return. But sadly this sort of thing happens in Formula One, and sadly particularly seems to happen with Williams, because it happened with Nelson Piquet, it happened with Nigel Mansell, it happened with Alain Prost, admittedly for entirely different reasons. But Formula One is a very tough, ruthless, cruel business, and Damon has suffered.
Pensate che Damon è un autista speciale come Schumacher?
No, il miglior autista ce l'abbiamo noi.
We like Italy, yes. we like the food actually. My friend there doesn't like the food, but we like the spaghetti, yes. You know.
Well, basically, the car that we have here is divided into 3 bits. You've got what we call the tub, which is right away from here all the way through to here, and that includes the cockpit where I sit, and includes obviously the steering wheel, etc. The front suspension is bolted to it, and these arms hold the wheels on, very light but very strong in the right direction. but if I was to push on it hard enough there, I could quite easily bend the suspension. And of course it takes load, it's designed to take a load longitudinally. There isn't a lot of room to manoeuvre inside the cockpit. We have, it's trimmed down to the bare essentials, and I don't have much room to move my elbows. There's not a lot of distance between there and where my shoulders are. It can be quite uncomfortable because you get bashed around quite a lot. The fuel tank is in this area, that's where the fuel goes in, and behind my seat is a fuel tank, so I sit actually almost on top of the fuel, which might sound a bit alarming, but it's the only place to have it, so that's where it has to go. The most important bit for me, steering wheel. It's got these two little levers behind it, which I use to change gear. I put it that way to go up, that way to go down. And it has some other buttons on here which include things like the pit lane speed limiter, radio, other things like a cutout button, other functions on the car. And it's detachable so that I can get out in a hurry if I need to.
This circuit at Monza is very hard on the car. Most of these engines rev now above 16,000 RPM, and I believe that the average engine speed around here is 14,000 RPM, which in itself is twice as high as the maximum RPM of most road car engines. I have given Damon a lot of advice over the years that I think is useful. I think he is well aware of what job he has to do tomorrow, and ideally he would like to win the race and Jack drop out of it, so that he can actually wrap up the championship tomorrow.
Damon Hill pole position, Jack Villeneuve second, Michael Schumacher third, and Mick Raikkonen fourth. How do you feel about that? Absolutely fantastic. Damon Hill number one.
Schumi fans. Why are you wearing a Michael Schumacher hat?
The Ferrari hat. He's trying to die.
He wasn't quick enough.
George has been with me ever since I started racing cars. In fact, we got together in 1981. She's got a lot of self-confidence, and she knows what's really important in life, and since she's the mother of my 3 children, she knows that she's not going to allow something like the World Championship interfere with the upbringing of the children. On a Saturday night, mostly I am able to get back to the room and I'm able to sleep well. But the moment the alarm bell goes, I jump out of bed like a jack in the box.